brand new Chargers OC, Mike McDaniel, good enough to join us. Good to see you. You are all, you're decked out. You're fashionable. You have to lift up the shoes to show them to everybody at home.
They fire.
Yeah.
Of course.
No, they're very good at keeping your feet from the ground.
Okay.
Okay. That's my first stipulation with shoes, and then extrapolate after that. But yeah, no, there's a standard to uphold. Guys know if I don't come clean to practice, my mind's not right. So that's what we have to do.
So wait, do they get on you if you're not clean head to toe?
They would theoretically. You know what I mean?
But he always clean, though, so he ain't got to worry about it, Coach. My question for you.
It is one of the things that you develop if you're undersized, 5'9", and 100 pounds.
Oh, you got to have the swag.
Yeah, swag. You got to overcome, your obstacles.
So, in Miami, your offenses were predicated on speed. Man, you had a lot of it down there. Precision passing from your quarterback. What got you excited about this Los Angeles team?
Well, the way I saw it is I thought there was a lot of meat on the bone for some stuff that their skill sets allowed.
Yeah.
Starting point was obviously QB1, and he's been phenomenal.
Yeah.
But it extended to a lot of the skill positions, and that was on the surface as I prepared for all the different opportunities.
Yeah.
Then once I got here, I saw a full organization kind of in a situation or in the same spot I was, which is really hungry to go do something and take next steps. So I see a lot of talented players that have since day one invested in fully, which means we'll create a different brand of football unique to the Chargers. That should be pretty fun.
So when you say meat on the bone and we're talking about Justin Herbert, what is the first meeting like in terms of, hey, dude, this is where I need you to get better and where I think you can get better?
Particularly when it involves like a person's career, I knew, I don't go into that meeting just with isms and hyperbole. I kind of went strong with an extensive tape that I've been preparing for a couple weeks to show him exactly where we could, bridge some, or just really gain in some of the things that he's done or hasn't done, and what we're gonna. I really just wanted to get in front of pitching the vision to how he's going to approach the off season before we got ahead of ourselves to the season. And, it was a extensive, long meeting that he hugged me at the end of it. So I think it went well. And
it's like, thank you.
But you only have one chance to make a first impression, so it was a very good meeting. And from the onset, he's just really been all in, doing all the diligent work a quarterback needs to do to master the things that we're trying to ask of him. So he's been phenomenal.
But can that be a little nerve-wracking when you don't really know a guy, even though you've been a head coach for 4 years at the NFL level, where you don't know how a guy's necessarily going to take it when he's been as successful as he's been?
Well, I was clear to show the things that all of the off schedules and the big arm throws that he's made in his career. I did not throw that into the trash can. But realistically, I find with players that it's pretty consistent that if you can show them how you're going to help them and you can invest in them, they will ride with you to the end, because they got pressure of expectations and performance. But that being said, I was a little nervous based upon my experience of veteran players wanting to take the path of least resistance and do stuff that they're used to. He, however, has erred on the opposite side, has really dove into things that he hasn't done before, and been comfortable being uncomfortable. And that's unique to him. That shows really where his mind is at, where he wants to take his game, and how ambitious he is. And it really has set the tone for the entire offense for the whole offseason.
Or Coach, how do you do that? How do you get your quarterback, Justin Herbert, to take the next step? Because I mean, the guy's big. He can throw it a mile. He can run. He can do all the physical attributes that you need from the quarterback position. But how do you get him over the hump in those moments in the playoffs and things like that?
He needs to do less. And what I mean by that is...
I love that, man. This dude is awesome.
No,
Did you see that?
You hear that? Where's my wife at?
She's listening.
Okay.
Did you see that, man?
But to be honest, like, this is a guy that is the captain of all captains, who's first in, last out, hardest worker in the weight room, really. And a lot of times, guys can, I've never been fortunate enough to have a, kind of a creative player at quarterback, and but I could imagine how easy it would be to just be like, yeah, I'm just going to call this play and just make it come to life. But I think it takes the entire group, and that's what I've talked to the entire offense about, and specifically Justin. Like, this isn't about your game will raise if you have to do less. If maybe I'm a little more in charge of getting people open. You're not passing 60% of the time. You're closer to 50-50. Pass rushers get paid too, and it's hard to take 150 hits and stay upright. To his credit, he has. But I think the success of a team down the stretch of the season in December and January is about the team and not one player. So, I think realistically there are the bullets at our disposal across the board to play a more balanced attack that's attacking the line of scrimmage a little bit more, not only with the run game, but play action pass, and really have a semblance of things that he's done really well, allow him to continue to be the playmaker that he's always been, but try to take stuff off his plate with the other 10 plus our coaching staff, which we're in the middle of doing as we speak. What is it, August 6th?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah, so we have a ways till December, but each and every day I got a group of players that are trying to be their very best selves and aren't just saying it. They're following through with their complete immersion into the daily process, which is all you want to see as a coach.
All right, I got 30 seconds left since my brother was also a history major at Yale. Pop quiz time. You were the third Yalie to ever be a head coach in the NFL.
Ooh, this is tough.
Yeah.
Who are the other two?
Because Dick Duran's easy.
Yes.
Yep.
Former Bills and Bears.
And then
And if you get this, I'm going to stand up and applaud.
Walter Camp, I don't know.
Ooh, that's a great.
That's a
great guess.
I
by the way.
mean, low key just invented the game, but
That's a great guess.
what did your guys' colleges do?
Hey, I went to the Cradle of Coaches.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Miami of Ohio?
That away, brother.
Yeah, see, I'm on it.
Good job.
Yeah,
Charlie Ewert.
What?
Coached the 1949 New York Bulldogs to a rousing record of 110-1.
Yeah, see, I was really into World Cup at that time. I didn't pay attention. Wise beyond my ears.
Thank you for hanging out with us. We
It's been
appreciate
great.
it.
Nice shaded opportunity here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
And if you want to leave those shades for Mike Robb, he will wear them on
I
air.
will. I will
He's been
wear them on
fish-eyeing them like in a
See,
good way.
I intentionally got him prescriptions, so. Yep.
He'll take them anyway.
I would, but I can't. Have you looking dizzy?
Have fun this season.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Third-year receiver, Lad McConkey, good enough to join us. We were just joined by your offensive coordinator, Mike McDaniel. Do you speak McDanielese yet?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
It is a different language, is it not?
It is. But you got to go with the flow. You just got to roll with it.
What do you do? The head nod, like you think you got it, or do you really understand it?
I told you, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But no, he's been awesome. New addition. It's been good. So we're ready to roll.
What's going to be the biggest difference with this offense with him at the helm?
Yeah, I think he's just going to set us up for a lot more explosives. He's going to get the run game, pass game going. They're going to marry off each other. So I'm super excited about that. We're moving around. You see us flying around, get the ball in our hands, create explosives. So I think that's going to be the biggest difference. Get it out early, roll. Not every drive has to be 10, 12 plays. We can catch one and take it to the house.
Yeah, some of them can be explosive catches like we saw you back there in today's practice catching some of those explosive passes. You've been here for a while now, Lad.
Yeah.
Talk about the growth you've seen from your quarterback and Justin Herbert. Like, what is he doing? How is he getting himself better?
Man, when I came in, the guy was a beast. I'd never seen anything like it when I got here. He still makes some throws. You're like, man, that's ridiculous. So we're lucky to have him back there. But just the way he's approached the new offense, the way he's approached the new system, he's on top of it. Like you can tell he's really diving into it, learning it, and it's been special.
That's awesome. Derwin James, one of the great veterans in the NFL, he said this about you your rookie year: beast, dog, lad is that dude. When you hear those words,
come from Derwin, that's awesome right there. He's a beast. He's a dog. So I'm glad he's on our team. I don't have to block him. I'm glad I ain't got to deal with him. Yeah, I'm super glad. The way that he moves around, plays every single position on defense, like the guy's a stud.
Well, the question I have for you, lad, man, because I think you're one of the top slot receivers in this game, man. You do a great job separating, especially at the top of your routes. Are there any receivers that you look at in this league that you kind of, model your game after, or is it just? I know it's only one lad, you know what I'm saying, but who do you watch in this league?
I've always said this, like I'm not really like a watch one guy and focus on that. It's like I like to watch routes, like watch cut-ups, like, I'm going to steal that, I'm going to use it, I'm going to go off there. So, but I feel like some guys that I love to watch. I love to watch how Amon-Ra plays. He's a beast. Obviously, Cooper Kupp's a stud. There's so many guys like Justin Jefferson, the way he comes off the ball, his stride length, Devontae Adams releases. There's a lot of guys that I just take little bits and pieces from and try to apply to my game.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Last thing, you were a high school quarterback. Did you tell Mike McDaniel you can throw it a little bit?
Hey, I've told him. I said, put me in there. Let me do something.
Good. So if we pick you up on fantasy, we'll get some throwing points this year, some passing points.
I mean, it hasn't happened in the first 2 years, so don't say I can't say that yet. But
mark it down for year 3.
I would love to.
Lad, stay healthy. Have a great 2026.
Absolutely.
Thanks for the time, man.
Appreciate
you.
it.